So one tip I have for sewing is sometimes, especially for newbies, their fabric may pucker. Pucker means it basically gets wrinkled while you're sewing, so it's not even and flat. So say I sewed this part and it ended up being wrinkled like this instead of nice and even like that. It's known as puckering or wrinkling. So it's when it's not all nice and even when you are sewing the thread. So a couple things you can do is up here, I'm gonna lift my camera up. You can adjust the tension, which is usually on top of here for most machines. So as I have mine on 4 right now because I noticed when I had it higher, mine was kind of puckering. So that's one thing you can do. Another thing you can do while sewing is as you're sewing it through, don't worry about pulling it through or controlling it going through. Just let it guide through. Your goal is just to make sure it goes in a straight line however you want it to be. So don't worry about controlling it too much with your hands because there's teeth under here, little rows of teeth that guide it through to make sure it's nice and even. So that's another tip for preventing puckering. And then last but not least is adjusting the length of the stitching. So mine is here. So I have mine on 3 rather than going low, low, low. I like to have mine on 3. So it just depends what you're sewing, but you can also adjust the length as well to prevent puckering. So those are just a couple tips to prevent that and making sure your fabric is all nice and sewn, all even.